find an energy or power of the given discrete signal. Find energy or power of the given discrete signal. Power of discrete signal. Question number 1 is x of n is equal to u of n. Okay, before calculating the power or energy, first you try to draw the graphical nature of the signal. This is the discrete signal. It will start at n is equal to 0. Okay, the sample value, it will have sample values of 1, and again n is equal to 1, it will have another sample. N is equal to 2, it will have another sample with the value 1. Like this it continues up to infinite, where this is the time index n. Okay, so it is having, see what is the meaning of u of n. U of n will have sample value of 1 when n is greater than or equal to 0 or otherwise. Okay, so for positive time index including n is equal to 0, it is having sample values of 1. In all other cases sample value is 0. Again this is something similar to step function in the continuous domain, but again this is in the discrete domain. Once if it is a step signal, for a step signal again it is maintaining constant amplitude over infinite duration. Even though this signal is infinite duration signal, but this is maintaining constant amplitude. Okay, so if the signal maintains constant amplitude over infinite duration, that signal is the power signal. So definitely this signal is power signal. Once if it is a power signal, so we will get finite power. For a power signal, okay, we have to calculate what is the power of the signal. The power will be some number in terms of watts, and then what is the energy of the signal. Again you know already, for a power signal the energy is infinite because this signal is maintaining constant amplitude over infinite duration. Definitely if you calculate the energy will be infinite. Okay, for a power signal power will be finite, okay, whereas the energy will be infinite. Okay, so first we will calculate the energy as it is. Energy formula is equal to limit n tends to infinite. As it is in the discrete domain, instead of integration we will put summation n minus infinity to plus infinity and x of n whole square. Okay, now limit n tends to infinite, summation, again our signal varies from 0 to infinite only, so we'll put that range. Again from 0 to infinite, what is the value of the sample values? Okay, always it is producing 1. Okay, when n is equal to 0, 1, when n is equal to 2, 1. So that means what is the meaning of this one summation? Okay, limit n tends to infinite. So at n is equal to 0 you are getting 1 1, at n is equal to 1 again 1, at n is equal to 1 again 1. So like this it goes on. Okay, so once if you add this you will get infinite number of ones will be there, then finally the answer is infinite. Before applying this n is equal to infinite limit, you can apply only lower limit is 0, upper limit you can take it as n. Okay, once if it is n, if there are n, again there will be n plus 1 samples here, because including 0, if you take the upper limit n, then how many samples will be there? N plus 1 samples will be there. Again each sample value is 1, then once if you add everything the value is n plus 1. Then if you substitute n is equal to infinite, definitely the answer is infinite. So for this signal the energy is infinite. Then what about the power of the signal? Power of the signal P is equal to limit n tends to infinite 1 by 2n plus 1 summation n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinite x of n whole square. Okay, again limit n tends to infinite 1 by 2n plus 1 summation. Okay, summation n is equal to 0. Again you keep upper limit as n, later we will put infinite. Okay, so upper limit as n, then this is 1. Then once if you solve that limit n tends to infinite 1 by 2n plus 1, okay, 2n plus 1, then summation n is equal to 0 to 1, value is 1 plus n, because just now we have calculated it is 1 plus n or n plus 1. Okay, so now this is the value. Then once if you substitute this value here n is equal to infinite, okay, in the numerator you will get infinite by infinite, but that is not valid. Okay, so we'll try to convert. Okay, we will try to modify this function such a way we are getting the some finite answer. So what I can do, instead of going this way, okay, so I will not do this. Okay, I'll try to get some finite answer. Okay, then from From numerator you take n outside, then you will get 1 plus 1 by n. From denominator also you try to take n outside, then you will get 2 plus 1 by n. You will get 2 plus 1 by n. Then n cancel. Okay, then once if you substitute n is equal to infinite, this is 1 plus 0 and this is 2 plus 0. Then finally answer is 1 by 2 watt. 1 by 2 watt is the power. Again, it is a power signal, that's why it is having some finite power. That power value is 1 by 2 watt. Power value is 1 by 2 watt. Okay, so next we will take the another question. Okay, next question. Second, x of n value, x of n is equal to 1 by 2 whole power n u of n. Okay, now first we will try to draw the nature of this function. Okay, at n is equal to 0, 1 by 2 power 0, that is 1. Okay, at n is equal to 0, your sample value is 1. Okay, this is at n is equal to 0. Then at n is equal to 1, the sample value is 1 by 2. At n is equal to 2, the sample value is 1 by 4. At n is equal to 3, the sample value is 1 by 8. Like this it goes on, then finally it will reach 0. When n goes to infinite, finally it will reach 0. So what is happening here? When n is going to infinite, the amplitude is going to 0. Okay, again this may be infinite duration signal, but even though this is infinite duration signal, when n is going to infinite, the amplitude is not constant, it is going to 0. Then that means it will have some finite area. If it is having some finite area, if this function is absolutely integrable, finite area in the sense, what is the meaning of finite area? Okay, finite area in the sense the x of n is absolutely integrable. Once if you integrate x of n, okay, again the value will be less than infinite, it is absolutely integrable. Again here again we will not get integral, only will get summation because it is discrete. Okay, then once if you do the summation from n is equal to 0 to infinite x of n, this is absolutely integrable. If this is absolutely integrable, then the next one is also absolutely integrable, xn square also absolutely integrable. Once the function is absolutely integrable, that means we can calculate the absolute summation in case of discrete, then that function is called energy. That particular signal is called energy signal. So definitely this is the energy signal. Okay, so for this signal we will have energy. Once if it is a energy signal, okay, then what will be the power available in the energy signal? Always 0. Okay, power, what is the power? Again in signal system, what is the power available in the energy signal? If it is an energy signal, it will have finite energy, then the power is 0. Okay, now we will just try to calculate. First we will calculate the energy value. E is equal to limit n tends to infinite summation n minus infinity to plus infinite. Again, what is the function given? Function given is x of n square. That means already 1 by 2 is there. Once if you do the square, then this is 1 by 2 2 power n. Okay, 1 by 2 2 power n. Again this is multiplied with the u of n. Okay, what is the meaning of u of n? U of n means this limit varies from 0 to infinite. Then limit n tends to infinite summation. Again here we will not put this one. Okay, here we'll put that capital N. Okay, so again here also, not to make confusion, we'll put minus n because this is the original formula, but anyway we'll not get minus n, that is n is equal to 0. From 0 we'll start, then we'll go up to n. Now 1 by 2 whole power 2n. Then first you calculate the summation value. Okay, you calculate the summation value. Now I'll calculate. Anyway, limit n tends to infinite, limit n tends to infinite. Okay, now what is the summation value here? 1 by 2 whole power 2n. Okay, so once if you see here, these two you can absorb inside, then this is something same as summation n is equal to 0 n 1 by 4 whole power n. You can write like this. Then limit n tends to infinite, just to put n values here. Okay, when n is 0, this is 1. When n is 1, this is 1 by 4. when n is 2, this is 1 by 16. Again, this is the uh, uh, this is sum of series of number with the starting number a, and the ratio between the number is 1 by ratio between the number is 1 by 4. Once if the pattern is like this, again you know from your basics, okay, that is same as a minus 1 by r, where a is the starting number and 1 minus r is the ratio. Then once if you calculate that, n tends to infinite, okay, then 1 minus 1 by 4, okay, then what is the value of that one? Limit n tends to infinite, 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4, then finally 4 by 3. Again here there is no n term, so that means you cannot apply n is equal to infinite here. So that means finally this value is only 4 by 3. Okay, this value is only 4 by 3. Again if you see here, because just when n is going to infinite, then only we can go to infinite series. Again you cannot, you no need to take this, okay, because this formula is valid only if the series goes up to infinite. Okay, once if the series goes up to infinite, then already we have observed this n is equal to infinite, then final answer is 4 by 3 joule. 4 by 3 joule is the answer. Okay, now next we'll calculate the power of the signal. Power of the signal is equal to limit n tends to infinite 1 by 2n plus 1 summation n minus infinity to plus infinity 1 by 2 whole power n whole power 2n actually. So because of x of n whole square, you will get 1 by 2 whole power 2n, okay, u of n. Then once if you calculate all these, okay, limit n tends to infinite, again you'll get 2n 2n plus 1, okay, 2n plus 1. Again once if you calculate this term, already we have calculated, that is 4 by 3. Then if you substitute n is equal to infinite, finally this is 0. So the power of this signal is 0. Okay, so next we will take another signal. What is that signal value? X of n is equal to cos omega naught n. Again this is a periodic signal. This is the periodic signal. Okay, again what is the period of the periodic signal here? That is t is equal to, okay, omega naught divided by 2 pi. Okay, it's 2 pi divided by omega naught. Again this is the standard signal, they are not given any number. Okay, it will be having some period. Okay, then see, once if you draw this diagram nature, you will get samples like this. Because it is discrete signal, you will get the samples like this. Okay, this is the nature of this signal. Again, even though this is discrete signal, this is periodic signal, it is extending from minus infinity to plus infinity. Again they have not given any u of n here. Once if they are not giving any u of n here, this signal is valid from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, so again, but this is in the discrete domain. Okay, so again, what is the nature of this signal? Is it energy signal or power signal? It is definitely a power signal, because it is going from minus infinity to plus infinity with a constant amplitude. That means the amplitudes are within some levels. Okay, the amplitude is not going to 0, not going to infinite. The amplitudes are within some level. So this is definitely a periodic signal. Once if the signal is periodic, definitely it will have some period. Okay, so this signal will have period. Then what is the energy available in the periodic signal? The energy available in the periodic signal is infinite. Okay, then how to calculate that energy? Energy is equal to limit n tends to infinite in summation n minus n2 plus n x of n whole square, limit n tends to infinite, okay, summation n minus n2 plus n cos square omega naught n. Again cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta by 2. So limit n tends to infinite, summation n minus n2 plus n 1 plus cos 2 omega naught 2 omega naught n divided by 2, okay, divided by 2. Then once again, uh, once if you calculate this, yesterday itself I told you the first term only will survive, the second term will not survive. Okay, only the first term will survive. Then what is the value of the first term? That is only 1 by 2. Okay, so the value of the first term is only 1 by 2. Then limit n tends to infinite. What is the value of the first term? Okay, see, only the first term will survive. So that means I will calculate that only, because even if you calculate the second term value will be 0. So I will try to calculate only this term. Okay, so what I am telling, even if you calculate this, okay, the second term will be 0. Okay, the second term will be 0. That means summation including everything, the second term will be 0, or otherwise I will write it here in the next page. Okay, so what I'm telling, you have to split the limit n tends to infinite, summation n minus n2 plus n 1 by 2 you have to calculate separately. Similarly, you have to calculate minus n to n, and then what is that value, cos 2 omega naught n divided by 2, that you have to calculate separately. So the second term, this term will be 0. Once if you apply this summation, this will be 0, then only this term survives. Then limit n tends to infinite, then you know, when the limit is from minus n to n, if it is constant, okay, anyway you take that constant separately, then how many times you are adding that 1 by 2, you will be adding 2n plus 1 times. Okay, you will be adding, how many times you will be adding this 1 by 2? See, you will be putting like this, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, how many times? 2n plus 1 times, because here plus n, here minus n, again 0 sample also will be there. So that means the value of this one is 1 by 2, 2n plus 1. Then once you see, if you substitute n is equal to infinite, again the value is infinite. Okay, then what about the next case? For this one, same, if you calculate the power, okay, power p is equal to limit n tends to infinite 1 by 2n plus 1 summation n minus n to n x of n square. Again this we have calculated already. Okay, limit n tends to infinite 1 by 2n plus 1, this term we have calculated here, that is 1 by 2 into 2n plus 1. Okay, so this value is 1 by 2 2n plus 1, 1 by 2 2n plus 1. Again from this I'll try to apply infinite, then infinite by infinite, but that is not allowed. So I'll try to take n outside. Okay, once if you try to take n outside, in the numerator you will get 2 plus 1 by n. Anyway already this 2 is there separately, keep it there. And again once if we take one more n from this, then this is 2 plus 1 by n. Then again if you substitute limit n tends to infinite, now here you will get 2 by 2. Sorry, is there any mistake here? 2, oh sorry, 2 if you take here n, yes, the numerator also 2n plus 1 is there. Yes sir, we made a blunder mistake here. Okay, that is, see here also 2n plus 1 is there, here also 2n plus 1 is there, they are cancelling straight away. So the final answer is 1 by 2. Okay, so the power of this discrete signal is 1 by 2. Power of this discrete signal is 1 by 2. Okay, if they are not cancelling directly, then I can take that n outside. Okay, it is similar to what I have did in the previous case, okay, for the previous problem. But they are cancelling each other directly, so I can cancel the term, then only 1 by 2 is there. So for this 1 by 2 watt is the answer. 1 by 2 watt is the answer. So next we'll see the periodic and aperiodic signal. Just introduction we'll see. Periodic and aperiodic signal. First, again before going into the actual topic, just we'll see which signals is periodic, which are not periodic. Say for example, if I am having a signal like this, okay, some sinusoidal signal, Again, this signal is getting extended from minus infinity to plus infinite. Okay, this signal is getting extended from minus infinite to plus infinite. Again, what do you mean by that periodicity? If you observe this nature here, this box, it consists of both positive cycle as well as negative cycle. And again, this box is getting repeated. The same box is getting repeated both on right side, and also it is getting repeated on the left side. Okay, so once if you satisfy this condition, then only the signal is periodic signal. So for the first condition for periodic signal is, first of all, the signal should have values from minus infinite to plus infinite. That is the first condition. Okay, the first condition for periodicity is, okay, signal, okay, periodic. Okay, if the signal is periodic, what is the first condition? The signal has to extend from minus infinity to plus infinity. Okay, the signal should have values from minus infinity to plus infinity. What I am trying to say, suppose if I am drawing some signal like this, I cannot call it as a periodic signal. Okay, so mathematically what they are telling, okay, even though it is looking like periodic, it may be periodic in the positive domain but not in the negative domain. Again, this is not a periodic signal. This is not periodic. Okay, periodic means always that has to extend from minus infinity to plus infinity. Again, the same signal you can visualize like this also. See, same sinusoidal signal. I will draw it again. Okay, so the same sinusoidal signal. Okay, so now the same sinusoidal signal. Now instead of taking the box here, now I can take the box here. I can take the box like this. This I will consider as a one portion of the signal. Now if you see, this portion will be repeated. Okay, you can imagine like that also. If you see, this portion also can be repeated. Okay, again you can take the copies. Okay, you can take the copies on the right side and as well as on the left side. So it means what? When the signal is periodic, I can consider the time from 0 to t. Okay, again this 0 to t interval is getting repeated, or otherwise I can also consider time from this. That means instead of taking that way, say there I have taken 0 to t, instead of taking like that, then I can consider like this. Okay, this is minus t by 2. So instead of taking 0 to t, again what is also allowed? Okay, so I can go from 0 to t, or otherwise I can go from minus t by 2 to plus t by 2, or otherwise in some problem the periodic nature may be like this, 0 to 2t. Okay, then how will be the limit of this one? Then this will vary from minus t to plus t. Again, you should not get confused. Okay, so in any manner we can take, whenever we define the time period of the signal, we may consider 0 to t as the base signal, or otherwise minus t by 2 to plus t by 2, or otherwise in some cases 0 to 2t. That means they are mentioning 2t is the period. Okay, 2t is some value. Okay, then if they are mentioning like this 0 to 2t, then we can also consider like this minus t to plus t. So now the another idea here is that if the signal is periodic, it has to go from minus infinity to plus infinity. And one more condition is, if the signal is periodic, say for example x of t is the periodic signal, then it has to satisfy that x of t plus or minus 2, t plus or minus 2, where t is the fundamental period of the signal. Again, t is something, again for sinusoidal signal I am telling, for sinusoidal signal or cosinusoidal signal, okay, t is the time period of the signal. Within that time period, okay, the signal will complete one cycle. Okay, within this time period, signal completes one cycle. Okay, if the signal completes one cycle, then again within this time it will create the degree radian total angle 2 pi radian. Because if you observe this signal, when you are here angle is 0, when you go here angle is 90 degree, when you come here angle is 180 degree, here 270 degree, here 360 degree. So once if you complete one time period, then what is the angle completed? The angle completed is 360 degree. So if it is a sinusoidal signal or cosinusoidal signal, when you complete one period, again what is the angle completion? That is 360 degree or 2 pi. Okay, in general, any periodic signal, it may be sinusoidal or non-sinusoidal. Again, it has to satisfy this condition. X of t is equal to x of t plus or minus 2. That means what? Suppose for the signal I am calculating x of 3. Okay, then this should be same as, again, suppose for example I take time period of the signal as 1 second, then value at x of 0.3 should be same as value at 1.3, and also it should be same at a minus zero point 0.7. Okay, plus or minus minus 0.7. So my signal should have same value. So that mean because you are taking the copies both in left side as well as right side, that's why I'm putting plus or minus. Okay, again, this is valid. This condition has to be satisfied for all time, for all time, for all time periods. See, you can put any value of t. You put t is equal to 1000, 2000, 3000 or 1 million seconds, something like that. For any value of t, this equation has to be satisfied. If the function satisfies that equation, okay, if any function satisfies this equation, then that particular function is called periodic function. And one more condition, if the function completes, if it is a sinusoidal or cosinusoidal signal, definitely that function completes 360-degree angle, 360-degree angle. For a non-sinusoidal signal, we will not worry about angle. Only for sinusoidal signal, we will concentrate on angles also. Okay, that is the basics of the periodic signal. Okay, now we got some idea what is periodic, what is aperiodic. See, for example, what I am telling, suppose if the signal is only like this, then I cannot call this as a periodic signal. Okay, I can call it as a periodic signal. Okay, because for periodic signal it has to be repeated, but it is not getting repeated. But I can call it as a periodic signal with the period infinite. That means I am assuming that after infinite time the signal may get repeated. So if it is a aperiodic signal, if it is a non-periodic signal, then for that signal and all the time period is infinite. If the signal is aperiodic, then what is the time period of the signal? The time period is infinite. If the signal is periodic, then it will have some definite time period. Okay, some finite value. Okay, if it is aperiodic, then for aperiodic signal we'll assume that the time period of the signal is infinite. That means after infinite time it may or may not get repeated. That is the idea of the aperiodic signal. Or otherwise I can also get the periodic signal like this. This is also a periodic signal. Okay, this is also a periodic signal. Okay, this is also a periodic signal. I think you might have seen this in a full wave rectifier output. Okay, once if you do the full wave rectifier output, it will be something like this, only positive cycles. This is also a periodic signal. Okay, period with this one, not you should not consider both. See, you should not take this as a period. This is wrong. Okay, period is the value, minimum value with which the signal is getting repeated. Okay, if you concentrate here, this is t, 2t. See, you can also make a copy of 2t. 2t also you can make copy. Again, single t also you can make copies. But what the time period is telling concept, time period is the minimum value with which the function is getting repeated. What is the time period of the signal? Minimum value of t with which the signal is getting repeated, with which the signal is getting repeated. Again, you may have that confusion in future, so don't have that confusion. Again, the signal is periodic with respect to 2t also. It is also periodic with respect to 3t, because you can make copy of 3 signals. You can take the copies. Okay, still you will get the original signal, but out of that, which one is the fundamental period? Okay, which one is the fundamental period? The fundamental period is the minimum value of t. So what is the fundamental period? There they will call it as a fundamental period. Fundamental time period is the minimum value of t with which the signal is getting repeated. With which the signal is getting repeated. Okay, so this is all about the periodic signal. Again, I can also take the periodic signal like this. I can also take the periodic signal like this. So here, what is the period of the signal? This is the period of the signal. Okay, this portion is getting repeated. If you concentrate here, this portion is getting repeated, even though there is no values here, only we are having only half of the cycles, but again still it is a periodic signal. Okay, because whatever the signal that is present at t, it is getting repeated both on right side and left side. This is also a periodic signal with a period t. Okay, so now I'm going to give you one exercise. Okay, so you just try to do it. Okay, now you got some understanding about periodic signal. Now I'm going to give you one signal. Okay, this is the periodic signal, that is the output of the full wave rectifier, and also peak value I am saying that is this is as 1, and for simplicity again this value is 10 millisecond. Again not necessarily to be 10 millisecond, you just take it as t, because again you may have a confusion again. Okay, this t is 10 millisecond, or you take it as t, no problem. Okay, now you try to represent in terms of mathematical equation. What is the mathematical equation of this term? Okay, I need the mathematical equation for this term. Okay, so now I have given you the diagram. Okay, for this diagram, what is the mathematical equation? Okay, and one more observation here is generally the signal, the sinusoidal signal will get repeated after 2 pi. See, this is the sinusoidal signal, it is getting repeated after 2 pi. Okay, because after one cycle. But whereas if you see this signal, this is getting repeated on every pi. Okay, because once if you go from year to year, you will make angle of pi. Again year to year pi, that means this signal is getting repeated over pi, not 2 pi. So you just try to write the mathematical equation for this waveform. Okay, so with this we'll stop.